So today we are going to discuss I Remember by Thomas Hood in detail. So all the students over there, those who are preparing for this poem, in this video I will explain you the complete explanation line by line of the poem. So here I start. I will repeat the lines, I'll read out the stanza and then I'll tell you the explanation. So here we do. I remember, I remember. I remember the house where I was born, the little window where the sun came peeping in at morn. Basically, this poem, I Remember, is a nostalgic experience of the poet, where Thomas Hood, he is getting nostalgic when he remembers his childhood. Okay, because his childhood was the time where when he enjoyed everything in his life. That time was stress free, he was not burdened with anything. So therefore the theme of this poem or poem, the pronunciation varies, because now these days it's poem rather than poem, but both of them are correct. As in several institutes, both the pronunciations are being used. So in this poem, basically, Thomas Hood, he is getting nostalgic and he's embracing the memory of his childhood when he was a child. And he recalls the house where he was born, his first place where he was living as a child. So what he says in these lines, he remembers and he says that I remember, I remember. He's telling us that he remembers. Okay? That when I was a child, I actually had very beautiful memories. Now, what he used to do? I remember the house where I was born. Simply, he says, I remember the place where I was born. The little window where the sun came peeping in at morn. Morn means morning. So he says, I remember that house where I was born, where through a little window the sun was peeping inside in the morning. Peeping inside means that the sun rays used to come through that window, from that window in my room. Okay, so entering or coming of the sun rays is expressed as if the sun is peeping inside the house through the window. He never came a wink too soon, nor brought too long a day. That means he over here is sun. So he is saying that the sun, he never came too soon. He never winked. He never peeped inside the house. Okay, he never entered or peeped inside the house too early. It has a specific time of sunrise, not too early, not only at 4:30 a.m. or 5 a.m. the sun is actually entering the house. Children, we remember, even all of us, we experience this today also. In winters, when we get up, sunrise is there is a specific time for sunrise, and then gradually with the movement of earth, the sun rays, they fall at some portions of our houses, right? Everybody has a different share of experience. Like at my place, the sun, it peeps inside through a veranda. The veranda is there, and when at an angle, when it is approximately 2 p.m., then the sun rays are falling inside. So it varies from house to house, from angle to angle, from time to time, when our house is actually facing the sun and the sun rays, they can enter. So that is what he is saying, that he never came a wink too soon, nor brought too long a day. It doesn't mean that the sun is there till 8 p.m., 9 p.m. No, it has a specific time. That peeping of the sun inside through that window, it has a specific time. Okay, it is not that, since sunrise till sunset it's there. No, it happens. Okay, every one of us, we experience this every day, whether it be summers or winters. There is a specific time or angle when the sun rays, they fall actually at our places. So this is what been specifically mentioned over here. But now I often wish the night had borne my breath away. Okay, and the poet, he says further, and here he's talking about the night. The stanza basically, it ends with a wish that during that period, okay, it would have never had ended. He says that the time has passed, the nights are very depressing now. Okay, I wish I could go back to that time and I could be there. Times have changed, people have died, okay, and so it would have never had to end. And he says that the harsh reality of the man is that one day he has to just overcome, he has to just leave that childhood zone and he has to mature. So basically he is remembering over here, and the night in these last two lines, they are representing death. Okay, in the last two lines, if we read it once again, then we will understand it more clearly. But now I often wish the night had to burn my breath away. And then says that now I wish, because so much of struggles has been there in my life, so many things are there in my life, that now I miss that childhood which was carefree, joyful, so happy life, and I miss it now. So it's better, I wish to have a night that means end, the death, that should give a pause to all my struggles, had borne my breath away, that should take my breath away. Okay, so basically in the first stanza, he is remembering about his childhood, specifically the house where he was born, and he remembers that peeping inside of the sun. It feels very nostalgic to him when he remembers this. And then he wished to have the night that should end all the pain. And this night over here means death. That one fine day he will die and he will be away from all the kinds of stress in the life. Because he really missed that time of his life when he was a child. He's remembering it. Okay, and that child never had to worry about anything in his life. Okay, so now moving ahead to the second stanza. I remember the roses red and white, the violets and the lily cups, those flowers made of light. Okay, so he remembers in these lines. Basically he says, I remember. In the next line he says, oh, I remember more things about my childhood. And what is there? Then he is telling us about the different colors of flowers that he had in his garden. The roses, red and white, violet, lily cups. He says all these flowers, they were made of light. Beautiful sunlight was there. They were bright in color. Okay, as if they themselves are reflecting a light. And they were so pretty. Everywhere it was light of flowers. Such a blissful feeling to watch all these things in front of me. The lilacs were the robin belt, and where my brother set the laburnum on his birthday, the tree is living yet. So he says further that the flowers within that area, this poem, this stanza basically represents all the flowers that were there. The roses of red color, white and bright, everything. Okay, and then he remembers, oh, my brother, he had planted the laburnum plant on his birthday, and that plant has now grown up into a tree, and it is still there. When if I go back to my birthplace, it is still there. Okay, so he gets he feels very nostalgic about these things, and then he says that I actually feel very happy to have this, to see this. Then further he moves ahead and he says that I remember where I was used to swing. Now, over here, he is talking about a playground, a garden kind of a place where he was like a free bird with feathers. Okay? Like a child. You go with the children, you leave them on the parks or ground, and you sit and you watch them. They are like free souls running everywhere. Okay? They'll make new friends who are there in the park. They'll just enjoy with everybody, and they don't bother, they don't care about who's there around them. So that is what is being mentioned over there. He remembers his childhood now, and he says it was such a nice feeling for me. There were no restrictions. I never had to ask anyone whom to talk, whom not to talk, what to do, what not to do. Okay, I used to enjoy in the gardens, I used to play. I was so happy by the beauty of the flowers. I used to feel very happy when the sun rays is peeping inside. So all these little things in each stanza he is telling about. And so what he says, I remember where I was used to swing. That means he must have gone to some park or somewhere where swings were there. And he says, I remember where I used to swing. And thought the air must rush as fresh to swallows on the wings. And he says that I used to feel as if I'm a bird, swallow, who's so free, because when I'm swinging on the swings, okay, I can feel the thrust of the fresh air, and I used to enjoy as if I'm a free bird who's just flying in the air freely, right? So this is what he says. My spirit flew in the feathers then. Obviously, when he's wondering about himself, imagine if all of us we could have the magic broom of Harry Potter on which we can sit and fly. Okay, so we'll feel very happy. The same way, now this is my imagination. Same way he is feeling that I was like swallow, the bird who had wings. And he says that my spirit, my soul used to feel as if I have the big feathers to fly now. And I'm flying in the sky. Because when what he is doing exactly, he's sitting on the swing and he's just swinging. Okay, but then it happens, children, you go to any nearby park around your place, sit in a swing and just enjoy it. So with each swing you will feel the thrust of the air coming towards you, the fresh air. Okay, and then you will realize what the poet must be feeling right now. My spirit flew in feathers then. That is so heavy now. Why he says that is so heavy now? Because obviously now he is not enjoying that. Now he's a grown up adult. He has restrictions. When children we go to the park, it is written on each swing. This is for the age limit from this to this. Adults are not allowed. Okay? They are there only for children. Usually. So this is what he says. That now I am a grown up individual. And I miss this innocence of childhood. When I was free to do anything, there were no restrictions. But then I used to feel like I'm a bird, free to fly everywhere. But now this feeling is heavy inside me. I cannot feel that. And summer pools could hardly cool the fever on my brow. Now this is summer pool could hardly cool. Now another thing in this line, that now I am a grown up person. Even the swimming pools in summer, the summer pools, they can also not bring my fever down. My fever means not here the temperature fever, the fever of stress. Okay, being an adult, I have so many responsibilities. So the fever of stress. Now even the swimming pools of summer cannot bring it down. It is not exactly he's saying word by word. He's trying to express his feeling. Okay, that means that level of stress I have now. I am an adult. I am not a child anymore. I cannot enjoy, I cannot run in the fields for hours and hours. I cannot swing. Okay, what I have to do? I have own share my responsibilities now. Now life is more serious for me. I am a responsible individual. I have responsibilities of the family and so many things around. How to earn for the livelihood and n number of things. So this is what he says, that now I am no more a bird who can fly freely. It's heavy. Okay? My feathers are not light now. They are burdened with a lot of responsibilities. Like your parents. Your parents are just like the same what he is saying. Okay? They have so much of stress in their life. Do you have? Compare children. If you are jumping in a pool, enjoying swimming beautifully, going to the water parks, you don't have any tension. Your homework is done and you are there to enjoy. But can your parents enjoy? For a while. For a while they can enjoy. But still in their mind, somewhere behind back at the back of their mind, it is running, oh, now okay fine, I have to see all my children are playing well or not. Okay, now the time is up. Okay, children, get up now, go, we have to change, we have to rush back home, otherwise it will be too late, it will take a lot of time to return back. So many things, petty issues, small things, but then still stress is there with them. They have a lot of things to think about, how to earn, when to earn, the workplace pressure, the family pressure, they have to give a good life to their children. There are so many things. So this is what he says, that even those summer days when I was sitting in the pool every time, even those summer pools, they cannot also, they can't bring my fever down from my brows, from my head. Okay, they cannot give me that relief now, because I am an adult. And yes, there is a drastic change from a childhood to the adulthood. And the last stanza, what he says, I remember the fire, the fir trees dark and high. I used to think their slender tops were close against the sky. It was a childish ignorance. But now it is little joy to know I am farther off from heaven than when I was a boy. So beautiful lines, such beautiful lines. Now, what he is saying? I remember the fir trees dark and high. I used to think their slender tops were close against the sky. Now, children, what happens when we were kids? Even I want to ask all of you, don't you feel sometimes, who has kept this name? Why do we call sky as sky? Why this phone is a phone? Why this laptop is a laptop? Why the trees are known as trees? Why people say sky is blue always? This is our childish behavior. So, in the same manner, the poet is saying over there that when he was a child, he used to look up in the sky and used to wonder, oh, such tall trees, because he was very small. He was a child rather. He wasn't an adult, and he was not aware of the reality behind it. So for him, when he used to see high above, very tall trees, so he used to imagine that the top, the very high top of the trees, the slender top, okay, that top of the tree is actually touching the sky. He used to imagine this. Oh, they are such tall, they are so close to the sky, they are just about to touch it. So this is what? This was his childish imagination and memory, that he used to wonder such things. And what he is saying, that it was a childish ignorance. Now when he is an adult, when he is a grown up, he says that I know that it was a childish behavior. And childhood ignorance means that I was not aware of anything, and it was my fantasy world. Oh, such tall trees, they are touching the sky, they are so close, they are about to touch it. But when I grew up, I knew. I just came to know about it. And then I imagined how innocent I was. And nobody ever around me, my parents or nobody ever, they didn't say, oh no, you're saying wrong. No, they just ignored. Why? Because they were very happy. They thought that, oh, this is the beauty of being a child. Let him enjoy that. When he'll grow up, automatically he'll come to know the reality. Okay? And then this is what the beautiful world of children is. Now, if you will say, ma'am, how it is, then again I'm giving you few examples. You're sitting on the scooter or the bike of your father when you were a very small kid, and you just try to imitate, vroom, 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 as if you are going ahead. Right? girls usually, they play with doll. They imagine themselves, because they look at their mother always working in the kitchen, so they start playing kitchen most of the times. They take care of a doll as if the doll is their daughter and they are the mother, right? And nobody in the family, they ever said that don't do this, it's bad. Why? Because it is a childish moment that they can enjoy of their life. And this is childhood ignorance that people are ignoring it. Why? It's a beauty of being a child. So this is what he mentions over here. And he says, but now it is little joy. And but now the same thing, when he says, now when I am a grown up, when I look at those trees and the sky above, I feel that now I don't feel the joy of that level when I used to feel when I was a kid. Because now I know the reality. I know that how far I am from heaven. How far are these from the sky? Now I know. Okay, so that is what he's saying. To know I am farther off from heaven. That means I am too far from heaven, from the beautiful sky. And actually, the trees are also very, very far from the sky. They used to appear closer to me, but they are not when I was a child. Than when I was a child. And he ends up, he says that I am very, very far away from the heaven than when I was a boy. Because as a boy, as a child, I used to imagine that I am very, very close to the sky. See, these trees are going to touch the sky in few time. They are so close. Okay, but now when I grew up, I realized no, the reality is something else. And that was my childhood, full of innocence, beauty, joyful moments of my life. And I really miss it. Because once we get adult, when we grow up, we are so engrossed in the daily routine of our lives, we forget everything. So basically, Thomas Hood, he gets nostalgic in this poem and he remembers his childhood. And then he simply sat down to pen down each and every moment that he remembers, that he could recall. Okay? I hope this poem is very, very clear to you. If any doubts, you can just drop the comment and I'll just read it. Take care.